If we take our file, the formula tables, we can see that there are some formulas within here, and we know there are formulas because when you highlight them, they go grey. Now, we can see the formula within a formula cell. If you highlight the formula, right-click, and toggle the field codes, you can actually see the formula that is behind that result. So that one was equals sum above. If I right-click again, toggle the field codes, that brings me back. I can do the same with the 33 here, for example, because we know that's different. Toggle the field codes, that says equals sum left. Again, toggle the field codes, brings me back. Now, although we can add these formulas in, you have to be a little careful in that they don't automatically update. So unlike Excel, they don't automatically update. If Rachel from Finland, for example, suddenly tells us that she has 3 children, we can change her number of children to 3, but her total result does not change up to 11. What we need to do is highlight the formula, right-click, and update the field. And then it tells us the new result. So you have to be a little bit careful with word tables and formulas in that they do not automatically update. You have to tell them to update. In our countries, for example, let's insert above and add in the next country, which is actually Bangladesh. Its total population is 156,050,883, and that forms 2.21 as a percentage of the whole world's population, 2.21. Now, the total population value here hasn't updated, and the percentage of the world hasn't updated. We would need to refresh them, which we could do from either right-click and update, or we could highlight both of them and use the keyboard shortcut to update them, which is F9. That way, both fields get updated at the same time. And we can now see that with the top 7 countries, we have 51.62% of the world population accounted for. Same with our little formulas down here. If we were to insert a new row and put some cheese in, 4 for Guy, 21 for Bob, and we need a new formula in here. Now the formula is exactly the same as that one, sum left. So why don't we copy that and paste it into here? And we see it still says 88. However, if we then right click and refresh, so update the field, it will then look again at the left-hand cells and decide actually they only add up to 25. So we can even copy and paste formulas, but again, you still got to refresh to get them to recalculate. These values here would also need recalculating, and the subtotal. So that's the only drawback to word formulas, in that they do not and cannot automatically recalculate. If you know there's been some changes to a table, then you will need to select the formula, right-click, update the field, or click into the formula and the keyboard shortcut F9, or highlight multiple cells with formulas in, and the keyboard shortcut F9 will refresh all of those. So we've been able to refresh formulas and view a formula's code just by simply toggling the code, equals sum above, so that you can see what that code is. There is another option for editing the code. On the right click, you'll see it says Edit Field. This takes you to the Field dialog box where you can click Formula, and that brings you back round to the formula field that you've seen previously, that will actually allow you to then perhaps change the number format or click in and change the formula. So that's right click, toggle field codes, or edit field to access the formula behind the value, and then update the field to tell it to effectively rerun that formula against the cells that it's checking against. So the ones above or the ones to the left.